Today we're going to have a quick look at the Fretsaw and we're going to see how to use that safely and how to set it up properly. Okay, so generally speaking we need to make sure that we have always got the right PPE. So in this case decent pair of goggles is a really good idea, and we're going to be wearing those throughout when we are cutting our work. Ideally you need a decent pair of shoes, but more importantly, if you've got long hair, make sure you've got it tied back, and if you've got any loose clothing, that either needs to be tucked away, or if it's something like a blazer, that can always be taken off and put to one side so it's nowhere near the machine while we're using it. Now in terms of what we've got here, so this is the cutting arm that goes up and down like so. We've got a little guard here that sits down beside the machine. We've got an emergency stop switch down by our feet, and we've got the main controls here. Now to access the main controls, we slide that up and that opens up to release, green to go, and then push the whole thing in to turn it off and make sure that it's nice and safe. Now to set up our work, so we're going to just cut a very simple shape. So we're going to cut to a couple of straight lines, take this piece of material away, and we're going to cut this nice curve to show what the tool is capable of. So undo this screw from this side, and we're just going to lift that up a little bit, and we're going to put the work underneath. We're going to put this back down onto the work, and it should be just beside the blade with a little bit of a gap, not too much though. And then we're just going to lift that up ever so slightly. There should be enough gap so that it can move smoothly underneath, but not so much that it can move up and down. So we're going to put our goggles on, we're going to get cutting. So we always make sure that we cut on the waist side of the line, so I don't want this piece here. So we could mark that with a little cross if that helps us to remember it. So I'm going to cut on this side, so we're going to cut into this material to be left with the line at the end. That's really important. So let's get started. Now when you're holding your work, you need to make sure your thumbs are on the back of the work and your fingers are bunched together like this. And we're going to put it in here. We're using this gully in the top here. There's a little bit of a way to sort of see which direction we're supposed to go. So we're going to run through here, we're going to take our time. Work left there, or a piece of material there. Try to avoid putting your hand into there as well. So I use a piece of wood to move that out of the way once it's all turned off and completely safe. We can turn this back on and have a go at this curved line. So we're going to cut the waist side of that this time. Slow down when you get towards the end of your cut so it doesn't come out too fast. Turn the machine off. See, we've got a nice regular curve.